Steam. I've been playing the Steam version. Up there, but I can't target you. There. There. I do not have 13.2 on Steam. I have strong opinions on 13.2. Nope, get away from the exploding one. This does way too much damage. I don't like backing that one. Looks like we're good to move on. Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna finish Nier, however long it takes to finish Nier. I don't think we have that much of this game left to go. Because I'm not going to get every ending. I'm just going to go through each story, and then that'll be it. And then I'll be moving to a Final Fantasy, because I think it was fun to stream Final Fantasy. I enjoyed streaming 7.
Model 210.
Oh man.
Operator?
That's bad. That's a lot of guns.
Oh no. So this operator model is...
Infected? Yes. Sorry, Nines.
Volunteer to undergo Type B equipment training. Sent to front lines as Unit 21B. Recorded as missing in action 4 hours later.
No.
Oh man. So she underwent like maintenance to become a battle unit. So she wasn't sent as an operator, she was sent as a battle unit, so as 21B. And then reported MIA 4 hours later. She was infected. I don't know if I'm really doing anything to it. Oh yeah, I don't have that much left. 210, level 60. Oh, sorry 210, but you're gonna have to be caught on fire now. Whatever is responsible has it in for 9S. All these mind screws. Yeah, totally Maze. Like, somebody is really enjoying screwing with 9S.
Operator!
Coordinate data. Location specified. Please keep mission related. One affirmation.
One affirmation will suffice. Fine.
A2.
2B told me. She told me she wanted you to become a good person.
You... Don't you dare talk to me about 2B!
Yeah, he still hates her after that.
Where'd he go?
Analysis.
Yeah, where's 9S?
Is still alive. Query. Why would Unit A2 be concerned with the status of Unit 9S after turning on your hub?
Shut up!
Wait, Big Brother? Okay. Weapon set. I have the Phoenix Sword. Virtuous Dignity is now level 4. He doesn't know, but you saw what just happened there. He was infected. And he just needs to tell Pod, tell 9S that that 2B was infected. Let's change things. Have some fun because I have some more level 4 weapons. Let's Let's use the spear. We haven't used the spear in a while. Oh, it's got the bucket. No, sad. From the beginning of 9S's story. No matter how much oil you give. Oh, I died. People are crazy when it's about their loved ones. That's 100% true. Sad. Right, but 9S doesn't know that. I don't blame 9s. Trophy earned justice. Like, I don't blame 9s. I'd be just as ballistic. And it'd be bad for everybody in like Game World, because then I turned into a dragon. Pod 042. Contact initiated between the two pods. What is the matter, Pod 042? This protocol is not an interface intended for conventional use. Yeah, you're in the loading system. You're in the loading screen. What are you doing? What are you doing, pods? Acknowledged. However, this pod has a confidential transmission for pod 153. Understood. Begin transmission. An error has been detected in the transmission network between pod 042 and pod 153. Hypothesis. Said error is fragmented data caused by deterioration of the transmission environment. It may be so. However, it may also not be so. Message unclear. Clarification requested. After repeated information exchanges between multiple pods, an unexpected phenomenon has occurred. We pods have developed unusually protective feelings towards support targets 2B, A2, and 9S. Query. Could this be our, quote, will, unquote? Pod 153. Unknown. The definition of will is unclear. Will is the question of whether pods are capable of their own self-determination. Even if it were possible, such actions cannot be abided. Successful mission fulfillment is all that matters. Whatever the case, we tactical support units have a duty to see this through to the end. Duty? You sounded like an android just there. Agreed, but just as androids are influenced by humans, so are we tied to our creators. Perhaps. Pod 513. Do not die. The concept of death has no meaning to tactical support units. However, your expression of concern is appreciated. I also hope that you do not die, Pod 042. Yeah.
Physics
Wow, the
check
pods are
complete.
kind of gaining
Memory check complete. Maintenance mode
consciousness in a way.
Yorha Unit 9S. Activate. Good morning, 9S.
Am I...
Analysis. The enemy structural unit collapsed during battle. Unit 9S suffered damage from the fall and was placed in emergency suspend mode. Fall location was deemed too dangerous, thus said unit was transported to current location. All system checks and reactivation complete.
Operator.
Operator Model 210 is deceased. Black box signal not found.
Oh. Situation report.
Tower access authentication key acquired.
Park access key. We have it.
The
Unlock the tower
required
with
number of authentication keys have been acquired. The tower is now open for investigation.
Good.
Man. So the pods are becoming more like, or at least those two pods are becoming more like androids, being influenced by their creators, being influenced by the androids they've been with. Still very machine-like and kind of by the book, but they are becoming, yeah, more lifelike. Infection. They are deactivated. I deactivated all of them. That was the point of doing that first. Now I hack them. Lame. I have the key, why do I have to hack them? At least they weren't hard to hack, it was just, I have the key. Just because you have a key to the house does not mean you're allowed to open this. Fine.
That means a special prize is waiting for you inside the tower. We look forward to serving you.
Alert. Enemy caution level rising. Cause is most likely concerned over Unit 9S gaining access to tower.
Out of my way!
Leave alone.
Damn it! They won't stop coming!
That's bad.
Alert. Allied signal detected.
Allies?
Hi.
Wait, you?
9S? We've been expecting you.
Oh, crud.
The two of us will take things from here. You need to open the door to the tower.
Devila? What are you doing here?
Remember
Out of
your
the way.
promise?
What are you talking about?
Come on, 9S. Hack in while you can.
None of this makes any sense!
We'll explain everything once we're inside.
Okay. Explain everything once we're inside. Keep hacking. Man, look at them run and carve everything up.
We've got this, 9S. You just focus on hacking.
Oh boy. That goes down fast. I want to grab stuff. Boy, the hacking is not going up much.
You need to hack the tower lock open.
Working on it. It's not going up very fast. Okay. Hack it. Timed that poorly. Okay. Didn't bite me. Alright, next.
What's this barrier?
Analysis. It is part of a closed defensive system.
Great.
Well, how do I break it down?
Hypothesis. Unit 9S could permit its self-consciousness data to lose control. The resulting energy surge has an acceptable probability of temporarily paralyzing the barrier.
That's almost as bad as not going in at all!
It's almost as bad as not going in at all.
What happened?
It's the barrier.
Hopola!
No, don't! You can't do anything! The wall's got a self-closing
Enough!
algorithm!
Devil and I, we have to atone for our sins no matter what!
But if you do that, your circuits will...
Devil! Right.
Devila!
I hope you don't regret this.
Alert! Data records discovered for units Devola and Popola. Do you wish to open this data now? Sure! A dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in sand, we press forward one step at a time. We have nowhere else to go after all, because our models, the Devola and Popola models, are defective. Record. Transitions in the project's initial phase. When first we woke, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls, and they issued us a single order. Function as observers for Project Gestalt. This is the sole mission of the twin Devola and Popola models. It's the only reason we exist at all. We were the latest model, though many companions shared our appearance. There was a sparkle in all of our eyes, a sense of pride at having been entrusted with humanity's future. And yes, there was anxiety as well. But we existed as a pair. We shared destiny's burden as a pair. Because of that, all hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities as observation areas. We were ordered to guide the replicants with our own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that would one day arrive. We were the only ones who could handle such a duty. We were observers, after all. Ah! Watch out! Devola staggers and falls in the soft yet unforgiving sand. I hurry to her side and sigh with relief when I find she's not seriously hurt. Are you alright? Sorry, sis. Guess I spaced out there for a bit. She smiles, the same wise smile I know so well, as she rubs absently at her leg. It is wrapped in a white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Popola. Come on. We have to go before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere if sand gets stuck into that thing. Now quit whining and hold still. I'll be quick. Devola grunts and turns away. I take it as consent. So, we are soon resting in the shade of a nearby rock as I pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloodied, peeks out from beneath the bandage. Judging by Devola's current lack of ambulatory control, I imagine the circuitry underneath is damaged as well. Taking a deep breath, Oh wow, we get choices here? Replace the bandage and hope for the best. Check the circuitry to see if it can be repaired. As expected, wiring in the nerve circuitry has been damaged. Replacing it will require new connectors as well as some tools, none of which is easy to find in the desert. Sorry about this, sis, mutters Devola. That wise smile again. Kills me every time. Don't you dare apologize, I respond. You've done nothing wrong. I calmly change the bandage, trying not to let my worries show. I make it as tight as possible so no sand can slip inside. It's all I can do until I get the proper materials. And that's going to be a tall order considering our current condition. Sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologizing. We both apologize while insisting the other's apology isn't necessary. Kind of funny in a way, such a trivial exchange under such circumstances. We laugh together, the sound echoing out across the desert before being stolen by the cool evening wind. Report regarding the increase in relapses. Has to be some way to prevent relapses. Devola's sharp voice echoes through our private quarters. Must be quiet, sister. The replicants will hear. They wouldn't understand even if they did. That might be true, but regardless. Annoyed at my hesitation, Devola crossed her legs and scowls. The black scrawl took another victim, she says. That's 3 this month. spreading way too fast. Let's wait and see what happens. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump. Just a little, but enough for her to notice. Seeing that, her eyes suddenly open wide. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay. I understand. It's all going wrong. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to Project Gestalt, I was over the moon with pride. But now my chest hurts just to think about it. If we were to fail... Before we knew it, the replicants had gained a sense of self and the black scrawl started raging out of control. It moved fast. So fast. Like a wind. Marpola and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay. We talked to the replicants as if we didn't have a care in the world, but at night, we just hold each other and stare and share the horror of it all. I'm glad you were with me, murmurs Marpola. I couldn't have handled being an observer all alone. We were able to endure because we had each other, I replied softly. Did the humans see this coming? Is that why they made a twin model? Were they really so clever? Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden all alone. When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city, she says. Maybe these abnormalities are a localized phenomenon. I pray that that's the case, I reply. Even if we're of no use ourselves, things will still work out if the other observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. All thanks to a pair of Devola and Popola models from another town. The wind rubs my cheeks. The sand grazes my skin. It's grown cold out there. We walk with renewed purpose, hoping to make up for lost time. Devola loses her balance every now and then. Gets bad after a while. I slip myself under her arm so she won't fall again and we press on. Is your leg alright? Well, I doubt I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, it's fine. She smiles as she says this, but I can tell she doesn't have much left. Yet she continues to smile, also I won't worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious, beyond fury, wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it. But then she smiled and all that rage just drifted away. To think we have the same face, yet such smiles. One day I realized how she reminded me of the martyrs I'd seen in old records. That was the day we decided to leave our town forever. Record of Project Gestalt's end. Our role as observers ended on the day Project Gestalt collapsed, all due to the actions of Devola and Popola models from another town. With the original Gestalt lost, humanity was doomed to an inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered what remaining replicant data we could find and launched it to the surface of the moon. And though success was as unlikely as finding a lost sand grain in the desert, we still had to attempt it. We still had to try. We're androids, you see. Protecting humanity was our instinct. Other androids behold that same instinct. Oh, hold on. Other androids, beholden to that same instinct, began to direct their hate at the Devola and Pola models who snuffed out humanity. Started small, few offhanded remarks, occasional glance. Even the smallest things have weight, and with enough of them combined, that weight eventually becomes a boulder. Emotions boiled over, remarks became jeers, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target for persecution. First, we simply accepted the fact that our friends turned on us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were observers for Project Gestalt, after all. And while we didn't cause it to fail, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn. We endured. Because as crazy as it sounds, I think we actually felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution. But in one such town, my seemingly infinite patience finally broke. My sister, Devola, met with unprovoked violence at the hands of a resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts. Something quiet. And though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed. Everything went red. And then she smiled at me. It's okay, sis. There's nothing we can do. But it was too late. My emotions were no longer in my control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in the world come to harm. Devola and I left town that same day. Violence like that wouldn't stop. It was going to happen again. And it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than let them kill us, we ran. It was the greatest resistance I could muster. We lose the sun as dark clouds gather overhead. We continue our march. A cold wind blasted us, stealing what little body heat we had left. I smell rain in the air. We continue our march. Sometimes we hear animals howling in the distance. Makes us flinch every time. Continue our march, because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know we're the same model as the androids who doomed humanity, so I understand that part. At least a little, anyway. But at the same time, we're not them. We're not the same. We are who we are, and that Devola and Popola were who they were. That's how I felt when I saw Devola being hurt. I wanted to shout at everyone, wanted to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Devola, and for her, there's only me. No one can take the other's place. Rain falls from the sky. Stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly. That's a pipe dream, I suppose. No android would dare help a pair of outcasts like us. Do the same. Smile and press on. Can finally fix Devola's leg. Reach out and touch Devola's cheek to support Devola's body. Support body. As long as we have bodies to support one another, as long as I have someone with whom to share my fate, then I will press on no matter what happens to me. Because I won't ever stop protecting her. Won't stop, no one stops. Can't stop, won't stop. For that is the fate we twin androids have been assigned.